Hello, and welcome to my talk for this week. It's strange being here in the UK as life goes on in Canada. I must and want to be here, but there's always the sense of where should I be? In New Brunswick? It's hard to believe that we're still a week away from my mother's funeral. And although I'm doing some things in the diocese via the internet, I'm feeling restless about not being there. Yesterday, my thoughts were put into a slightly better perspective. In a previous talk or article, I mentioned my oldest friend David. We went to visit him yesterday, along with his wife Karen, in the little village of Cardington, which is about a 30-minute drive away from here. But in a sense, it might as well be on a different planet from the town of Telford where I am. It's situated in the midst of the Shropshire Hills, and to get there you travel on a narrowing series of roads until there's a single track. We followed a bus into the village, and there was literally no room between it and the hedges on either side. There's no internet, and the telephones operate by satellite. For those who watch the show, it was a little like Escape to the Country. David and Karen live in a converted cowshed on 5 acres of land, with a large pond at one end of the grounds. They have 2 horses with stables, and we'll be building a new stable block soon. Although their house dates back to the 15th century, it's not the oldest building in the village. That title falls to the church. The nave and tower were built in the Norman period, about 1,000 years ago. A chancel was added in the 13th century and a porch in 1639, just before the English Civil War. It's built of stone, and the effect of the extension make the church look long and narrow. In fact, it reminded me of St. Paul's, Sackville. The isolation means that the structure of the building does not appear to have been affected by the vicissitudes of the English church history. There's a tomb to a former lord of the manor, set in the sanctuary, behind the communion rail. It's still completely intact. In many places, such things were smashed during the Reformation. There, St. James Church stands, in a village situated in a hollow in the depth of the countryside. It continues to serve its community, despite the fact that the vicarage was sold many years ago, and the vicar has other parishes, and much of the week-to-week ministry is led by trained lay people. Hereford is one of the most rural dioceses in England. It mainly comprises scattered rural communities. Over the decades, people have come to see that the gathering of the faithful is important. That being really what it's all about. Under the leadership of a cleric in the next village several miles away, the people care for each other and their community, as they always have. So once again, thank you for joining me today. I trust that all is well with you. God bless.